Welcome to Into the Woo, a wellness podcast hosted by Alice Hu. I'll be exploring the world of crystals, energy healing, spirit guides, and more to help you understand how they can unlock your potential. These concepts have helped me discover my purpose and my truth, and I can't wait to hear how they will inspire you. I'll show you how they can be accessible and powerful tools in your life. There are so many tools and modalities to choose from within wellness. I've really gravitated toward astrology, meditation, yoga, and human design. One of the big ones when entering the space of spirituality is crystals. In the last 5 years, they've gotten crazy popular in mainstream culture. If you haven't noticed them, they're in bookstores, gift shops, spas, wellness centers, and yoga studios, to name a few. At Eaton Hotel, where I've taught and held many workshops, they have giant crystals all over the hotel. They even hand out a different crystal to guests each day. Miranda Care's beauty product line is infused with crystals, and I recently noticed Herbivore started selling an amethyst body scrub. There are also companies selling crystal sex toys as a natural alternative. You may have also noticed that people from LA love crystals. There are crystal shops everywhere in Los Angeles, and if you didn't care for them when you moved there, after a while for many, it becomes commonplace to have a crystal or two. It's just a thing there. I visit LA so much that people think I'm from there, and for a long time, I didn't care for them. And all of a sudden, right before I started Woo Woo Company, I became interested and popped into a few shops. Growing up Chinese and then living in China for many years, crystals were quite commonplace now that I look back. My parents weren't big on believing crystals and feng shui, but many family friends had amethysts in their homes, which helps with good luck and removing/blocking negative energy. Jade bracelets and jewelry are also very popular, used to bring in good fortune and wealth. Okay, so what are crystals? How do they work? What's the deal? Crystals are naturally occurring minerals. Each crystal has its own frequency, its own vibration. Because of each crystal's unique composition, different crystals have their own purpose. Quartz is the master healer and great for amplifying energy. Citrine brings in wealth. Amethyst, good luck and healing powers. Selenite is cleansing and can cleanse other stones, which is why it's great to clear the energy of jewelry that you wear. When I first did my research on crystals, I was surprised to learn that many clocks use quartz crystal to accurately keep the time. Each crystal's vibration is different and stable. The battery in the clock bounces electrical energy into the crystal to keep the time. This is called piezoelectricity. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but you get it. It's the process of using crystals to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy and vice versa. I thought back to my childhood and realized, there were lots of quartz-powered clocks all over my house. The body also has many crystalline structures and crystals within it. We stand up straight because our body has a skeleton made of calcium phosphate crystals. The calcium carbonate crystals in the inner ear help our balance. And in an NIH study that was published in July 2020, it was found that tooth enamel is made up of tightly bunched oblong crystals that are about 1,000 times smaller in width than human hair. To use crystals, you first need to cleanse them, then charge and program them. To cleanse, you let them run underwater. Make sure your crystal won't melt with water. Selenite does, so never let it near water. You can charge with the sun, moonlight, or different frequencies. Sometimes I've charged my crystals with my singing bowls. I place them near the bowls and then play them, infusing the energy from the sounds into the crystals. Afterward, you program them. Make sure that your mind is in a clear, calm state. You can meditate for a few moments, too. Hold the crystal in your hand and then set an intention. Crystals like to work, so give them a job. Another way that I like to use crystals is writing something that I want to release or call into my life, and then folding this piece of paper up and placing a crystal on top of it. I find that crystals are a nice reminder to stay mindful. Sometimes I'll carry a crystal in my pocket for the day to help absorb unwanted energy or call in a specific feeling. Some people love putting them in their bras too. The new singing bowls I have are made of quartz and other crystals, gems, and minerals to produce a unique sound. Each bowl is one of a kind. So that's another way to use crystals in sound healing. At events, I've used them to focus attention on a specific chakra, as chakras have their own crystal counterparts. They draw from a bag and meditate on the crystal they have chosen. I also have an oracle deck that is crystal themed. There are over 50 crystals featured in this deck. It's really up to you to decide if it's something you want to incorporate into your wellness practice. Scientists and doctors will tell you crystals have no magical healing powers, but they will also say that the placebo effect is very real and powerful. So if it acts as a reminder for you to feel more abundant or more confident, I think that's great. You can think of all the different types of rituals, superstitions, and talismans in sports. It's very sacred to athletes. So crystals can be incorporated into something like that as well. Using crystals is a practice that comes from ancient rituals and cultures as well. In India, Native American traditions, traditional Chinese medicine, ancient Egypt, and more. It's important to understand that these are sacred rituals for many cultures. Crystals aren't a new thing or a trend. They've been around for thousands of years, and they aren't just part of the wellness industry, but weaved into the fabric of cultures. I'm including a Crystals 101 workbook and where I've gotten my crystals from in the show notes. As always, let me know your questions. Find me on Instagram. I'd love to hear what other topics you're interested in. Did you like this episode and do you like this podcast? Help me spread the word by sharing with a friend or posting about it on social media and tagging Woo Woo Company.